Hello everyone. Today I wanted to discuss uh, about the important questions in Principles of Programming Languages subject. Okay, so this is actually your syllabus. I downloaded from a website, OU website. Now let's see the important questions. This is your unit 1. This is your unit 1. Unit 1, and from this unit 1, it's not only from unit 1, in all these 5 units there are 2 topics what we were discussed according to the syllabus. The first is about preliminary concepts and the second is about syntax and semantics. Okay, see, what I am guessing may not be true, but the fact is whichever topics I found in previous question papers, that only I am talking to you. Okay, right. So the very first topic in PPLS, reasons for studying concepts of programming languages. Okay, and this topic actually deals about there are 6 different reasons to study concepts of programming languages, right? So this is one important question. I wanted to discuss each topic individually, and I'll make this each topic explanation available for you. This video I wanted to convey important questions of PPL unit wise. So the weightage can be given to this question, and also programming domains question is not that much important. See, I told you very clearly in the beginning of this video that I found important questions. The weightage of important questions is what? Frequent asked questions. If I found 15 PPL question papers of previous years, I have seen this question for too many times, and this is not for many times, right? So programming domains, you already know what different domains we had, correct? So there are what scientific applications, business applications, artificial intelligence, and web programming, system programming. So these are what different domains where programming can be applied. So the knowledge of this domain is required, and it is not that much important to expect in your end semester examinations. And the third topic is what? Language evaluation criteria, and this I found for 2 marks in many papers. So language evaluation criteria is what? We will be evaluating languages based upon some parameters. We will be evaluating each language based upon some parameters, and those parameters are readability, writability, reliability, and cost, generality, and portability. So these are what different parameters to evaluate each programming language. And the next topic is influences on language design, and this also I didn't found in previous question papers, but I'll give what exactly this topic is. So influences on language design is what? We do have influences on 2 things, which are different programming methodology and architecture, computer architecture. So these are what influences, because when you think one program existence, each program is what? Set of instructions, and every instruction will be written to the processor, that I am talking about architecture. And when I'm executing some instruction, this program instruction should know one syntax or should get one syntax, and that is what programming methodology. So this is what influences on language design. And the next is what language categories. It is what the most important. If you see 3 question papers of PPL, you will find language categories at least for twice. Okay, so language categories of what? There are 5 different categories of programming languages. The one is imperative programming language, and object oriented programming language, and logic programming language, functional programming language, and scripting programming language. These are what language categories. And the next question is about programming paradigms. That is what you have to talk about all the categories in detail. This is what giving names of the categories, and this is what complete explanation. So the star is given for the entire this line. Don't read only that, you have to write the definition part of this 4. It is not right, but you have to explain about each of the category. And the next is about programming language implementation. How a programming language will get implemented. So that we'll use compiler for some programming languages. We'll use interpreter for few programming languages. And we feel that there are only 2 implementation methods, as we know only 2. But it is not right that we have 2 implementation methods. We have, as you know, compiler is correct, and interpreter is having other things also, that are interpreter and hybrid interpretation system and just-in-time interpretation system. So this is what different categories in interpreter. And as you already aware that we are going to talk about different programming languages. Each programming language will use one implementation method, correct? That may be compiler, that may be interpreter, that may be just-in-time interpreter, that may be hybrid interpretation system. Any one implementation system is required for each programming language to get executed. Okay, and this is what unit 1 important questions in the first split. In the first split, this you can expect. And the second split, I'll just erase this and I'll tell you. Okay, right. Now let's see the first unit, second part. Maybe this video will go lengthy, but don't worry. I wanted to give you important questions in unit wise with the explanation, so that you can put some time to talk, to read or to study the topics in detail. So right now the second part of unit 1 is what? Syntax and semantic. And the typical the toughness of understanding, the toughness of writing the answers will increase from the syntax and semantics onwards. And whoever is having command in ALC subject of the same semester, so you can feel more comfortable to study about PPL syntax and semantics. The reason why I'm bringing ALC into your mind is, ALC is what we'll be going to talk about compiler. PPL is what we'll talk about compiler and we'll talk about architecture. Because from the first unit only we heard about these 2 are the major parts where each programming language will get influenced. Okay, now syntax and semantic is what? When I'm going to write a program, ఇప్పుడు ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయాలనుకోండి మనం, ఈ ప్రోగ్రాంలో ఒక 20 లైన్స్ కోడ్ ఉందనుకోండి. ఈ 20 లైన్ కోడ్స్ నేను దేన్ని బట్టి రాస్తాను? ఏదైనా ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ని నేను ఫాలో అవుతాను. కరెక్ట్? ఈ స్ట్రక్చర్ని ఏమంటామంటే సింటాక్స్ అని పిలుస్తాం. అండ్ ఈ స్ట్రక్చర్ మీనింగ్ఫుల్గా రాస్తాం చూడండి. ఈ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఎలాగైనా రాయొచ్చు. ఏబిసి అని నేను రాశాను అనుకోండి, సిబిఏ, బిసిఏ. నా దగ్గర ఉంది 3 ఆల్ఫాబెట్సే, నేను ఇన్ని రకాలుగా రాస్తున్నాను. కానీ ఏ రకంగా అయితే మనం రాస్తున్నామో అన్నీ కూడా ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ఇవ్వవు. ఏదో ఒకటి ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ఇస్తుంది చూడండి, దాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే సిమాంటిక్ అంటాం. ఓకే, నేను మీకు అర్థం కావడానికి చెప్తున్నాను. ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ని మీరు ఎగ్జామ్లో రాయకూడదు. సింటాక్స్ అండ్ సిమాంటిక్ అనడానికి మీనింగ్ చెప్తున్నాను నేను. ఇంకొక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను తీసుకుంటాను. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, నేను సింటాక్స్ అంటే ఏమని చెప్తున్నాను? స్ట్రక్చర్ అని చెప్తున్నాను. సిమాంటిక్ అంటే ఏమంటున్నాను? మీనింగ్ అని చెప్తున్నాను. ఈ 2 వర్డ్స్ని మీరు చూస్తే ప్రతి లాంగ్వేజ్ కంపైలర్, ఒకవేళ అది కంపైలర్ అయినా, ఒకవేళ అది ఇంటర్ప్రెటర్ అయినా, అది ఏదైనా కానీ ఒక లాంగ్వేజ్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలంటే, అంటే ఒక లాంగ్వేజ్లో రాసిన ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి అంటే ఆ రాసే ప్రోగ్రాము ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉండాలి. ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్కి మీనింగ్ ఉండాలి. లేకపోతే ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ని, ఆ స్ట్రక్చర్ని ఎవాల్యుయేట్ చెయ్యము, ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ చెయ్యము. ఓకే, ఇది సింటాక్స్ అండ్ సిమాంటిక్ అంటే మీనింగ్. నేను ఇంకొక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకుంటాను అన్నాను కదా, ఆ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకుంటా చూడండి. what come slate pot going, ఇలా రాసా నేను. సో ఇది ఒక ఇంగ్లీష్ సెంటెన్స్ కదండి, ఇంగ్లీష్లో రాసిన ఒక సెంటెన్స్. దీంట్లో ఏవైనా స్పెల్లింగ్ మిస్టేక్స్ కనిపిస్తున్నాయా? లేదు. వాట్ అనే వర్డ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ గ్రామర్ని బట్టి ఇలాగే రాస్తాం. వాట్ అంటే WHAT అనే రాస్తాం. ఈ వాట్ అనేది మనం ఎలా ఫ్రేమ్ చేసాము? గ్రామర్లో W తర్వాత HA రాయాలి అని ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇలా రాస్తాం. అంటే సింటాక్స్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటంటే స్ట్రక్చర్ అని అర్థం. ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ టేకింగ్ 4 different alphabets, I can write any of the way. I can write H also first, A next, T next, W next, but it's not give a structure. Structure is what? Following the rules of the grammar. Okay, syntax is what? Structure. Structure is what? Following the rules of the grammar. సో గ్రామర్లో W తర్వాత H తర్వాత A తర్వాత T ఉంటేనే దాన్ని వాట్ అని అంటాం. దానికి ఒక మీనింగ్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ నేను ఒక లైన్ రాశాను, ఒక సెంటెన్స్ రాశాను. ఈ సెంటెన్స్లో సింటాక్టికల్ మిస్టేక్స్ లేదు. కరెక్ట్? నో సింటాక్టికల్ మిస్టేక్ యూ విల్ ఫైండ్ ఇన్ దిస్ సెంటెన్స్ బికాజ్ according to the rules of the grammar of English language, I wrote the sentence very clearly and it doesn't have any spelling mistake. So we feel that it is right, but it doesn't give any meaning. Let us see, if I wanted to convey this to one of my friend, he cannot understand what I am talking here. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? ఒక లైన్లో సింటాక్స్ ఉంటే సరిపోదు, ఆ లైన్కి సిమాంటిక్ కూడా ఉండాలి, అంటే మీనింగ్ ఉండాలి. మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఇప్పుడు నేను రాసిన దానికి మీనింగ్ అయితే అర్థం కాదు. నేను ఎవరికైనా ఇది చెప్తే నా ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటో వాడికి అర్థం కాదు. నా ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటంటే వాట్ అంటే ఏంటి, అంతే కదండి. వాట్ ఏంటి, కమ్ రా, స్లేట్ పలక, పాట్ కుండ, గోయింగ్ పోతున్నావు, ఇది నా ఇంటెన్షన్ అనుకోండి. ఈ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఈ సెంటెన్స్లో నుంచి రావట్లా. You cannot find the meaning from this sentence, correct? So my point of telling, ఇది అంతా కూడా మీరు ఎగ్జామ్లో రాయకూడదు, అందుకే నేను తెలుగు వాడుతున్నాను. ఇది ఎగ్జామ్లో రాయొద్దు. మీకు ఒక విషయం చాలా క్లియర్గా అర్థం కావాలి. ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ మనం రాసేటప్పుడు సింటాక్స్ ఉండాలి, సిమాంటిక్ కూడా ఉండాలి. సింటాక్స్ అంటే గ్రామర్లో ఉన్న రూల్స్ బేస్ చేసుకొని ఏ లైన్ తర్వాత ఏం రాయాలి, ఏ వర్డ్ తర్వాత ఏం రాయాలో అలాగే రాయాలి. దాన్ని మనం సింటాక్స్ అంటాం. సిమాంటిక్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటంటే రాసే ప్రతి లైన్కి మీనింగ్ ఉండాలి. ఈ రెండు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఇప్పుడు మనం సింటాక్స్ అండ్ సిమాంటిక్ని క్లియర్గా విల్ లర్న్ clearly what exactly syntax and semantics according to the programming languages. So this is what the brief idea what you have to understand out of syntax and semantic. Okay, now so syntax and semantic, general problem of describing syntax and semantic. Now this is important. What is important? This is important. So the syntax and semantic definition is for 2 marks. The weightage is given to this definition part. Okay, define syntax, define semantic. You can see this question at least in 90% of previous question papers. If you found 10 papers, at least of 8 papers you will see what you define syntax and semantic, right? So that is what the importance of that definition, syntax and semantic. Now, general problem of describing syntax and semantics. So we'll describe this general problem. So how I can describe one general problem? You can take any general problem to talk about syntax and semantic. So like I told you about ALC in the beginning of this video. So how can we use this ALC subject into PPL? So general problem of describing syntax is what? We will be having some descriptions to write syntax, right? So what descriptions we have is, okay, it will go lengthy I think. So I'll give important in this video and later I'll come to you to talk about each topic in detail. So general problem of describing syntax and semantic is also important. This is for 2 marks I told, and this is for 5 marks, and language evaluation also 5 marks, and language categories it may for 5 or 2 depends, and syntax I told you, and this formal methods of describing syntax which is BNF and EBNF is for 5 marks. You can see it is for a long question. When I wrote it is 5, you please understand in a way that it is a long question. When I wrote it is 2, you will understand for sure it is short question. Okay, so this is important. Parts tree is also important. And coming to this area, BNF, EBNF, parts tree, asking of question will be differs. That questioner will give you some grammar, some BNF grammar or EBNF grammar, and questioner will ask you to construct parts tree, or they'll ask you to derive the grammar, they'll ask you to convert the grammar. Depends. And the next is about attribute grammar. It is also very important, attribute grammar. So that also I'll discuss. Attribute and denotation semantics, axiomatic semantics. So this part, each question, you cannot skip the question as you were done for the first part. And this all are important. All are important means whichever I make you to highlight, right, that are important. So this is about unit 1. So unit 1 is this, right? Now, so it is spelling mistake. I told you that I downloaded this from OU website only. Okay, it is unit 2, not unit 1. So unit 2 is what? It is, as you know, it is all about data types. Data types is what? We think that data types, in the sense, from our sense knowledge, we think that data types are what? Integer, float, double, char. Correct? Float, double, and char. These are only 4 data types we think, because we habituated to learn only single programming language from the semesters. But PPL is not about one single language. No. PPL, that's what the name of the subject is, what we were seen as principles of programming languages. It's not about a single, it's about many languages. And it is very true that it is highly impossible that to learn about all the languages in single shot. That's what the subject will brings you all the principles of different programming languages. Right, now data types in the sense what concern to all the programming languages. So that what primitive and character, user defined array, associative, record, union, pointer, reference types, all these are data types. If you see the notes what we were discussed in the classes, you can find it out very clearly, the programming languages which support each data type. Okay, and this is what important data types. One long question you can see. Now important, I mean, if you ask me important from the important, I cannot tell you important from the important. So have a look into all these topics, this data types, all these topics. And the next question, I mean, next important weightage is what? Names. Names also very important. So names is what? Design issues is very important. Design issues of names and variables. Variables we discussed about 6 tuples. This 6 tuples also important, and concept of binding is for long question. So how type binding will be done? This is important. And type checking, strong typing, type compatibility are important. Okay, this named constants is, I mean, I didn't find this question in many papers, but more or less you can see this question. So better to have an idea what is named constant. That's what symbolic constants we were discussed in C programming language. So better to have an idea about named constants. Okay, and now here we go with the second split, or else the second part of unit 2. Okay, second part of unit 2 is what? Expression and statements. Now what are expressions? So I'll make this clear. So I'll erase all these things and I'll start the new concept. I'll take out this. So now you can see only highlighted topic. As we finished all about this, I'm deleting all this for the clarity, right? Now look into the only this expressions and statements. From this area or from this split, you can expect some questions which are short circuit evaluation. And remember here the most important point, you know already about what are arithmetic expressions, relational and boolean. I'm having this in my mind that the students who are going to take PPL, that they have minimum knowledge to write about arithmetic, relational, boolean expressions. So if you get a question from this area, you should be able to write the answer for this. Okay, and short circuit evaluation is also very important question, and the answer is very simple. Okay, answer is very simple. The answer is what? Short circuit evaluation is when you given with some expression. Let's see, A is equal to B plus C minus A by D into why to make expression very lengthy, we'll take minimum operands. So we'll take minus D plus 2. Okay, now look at this. I took this expression. Now how can I say this line is an expression? It is an expression because every line I'm considering as a statement. Every line, whatever line I'm writing into the program, that I'm taking, that I'm considering as statement. Now when statement is belongs to expression, when the statement is including operators and operands. When the statement is including operators and operands, such a statement is called as expression. Okay? Now, look at this expression. This expression needed some evaluation. Now, if this value becomes 0 means what? Entire value becomes 0. Correct? So short circuit evaluation is what? Without evaluating the complete expression, you can predict the result of this based upon some part of the expression. షార్ట్ సర్క్యూట్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అంటే ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ మొత్తాన్ని ఎవాల్యుయేట్ చేయకుండా ఒక పార్ట్, అంటే ఈ ఒక భాగం, ఒక పార్ట్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ చేసి దాని మొత్తం రిజల్ట్ని మనం ప్రిడిక్ట్ చేస్తాం. దాన్ని మనం షార్ట్ సర్క్యూట్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అని అంటాం. నెక్స్ట్, మిక్స్డ్ మోడ్ అసైన్మెంట్ స్టేట్మెంట్. అసైన్మెంట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ important. Assignment statement is what? Assigning a value to the variable. Mixed mode assignment is what? Having mixed type of operators. And the next is control structures. Statement level, compound statement, selection, iteration, unconditional. These are very important. Correct? Because see, I told you very clearly that you are not new to this unit 2. Correct? You already come across with C and Java and you know more things about this area. Only keep your focus on the topics what you already covered. Guarded commands also important, that I'll make one video about these concepts which I cannot explain here as it is goes to very lengthy. So this is what first 2 units explanation. So these are what the underlying things what are considered as important questions from PPL. Okay. Thank you all.